What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 for another build guide video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all how to build the best, or rather the most badged out build in NBA 2K21 current gen. This is a point guard build that gets 65 badges. Now it is possible to make a center build that I think it's either 67 or 68, but the build absolutely sucks. If you guys do want to make that build with the 67, or I think it actually has 68 badges at center, just make it the same as this build with the same pie chart, just at center, not point guard, and max out the attributes the same way that I maxed them out in this build, and you'll get a few more badges. But again, that's for the big man build, and I'm going to be showing y'all the guard build in this video. So with all that being said, without any further ado, let's get right into the video here. Alright, so on this first screen, the only thing that's important is you want the position to be a point guard, since this is a point guard build. Obviously, the hand, jersey number, name, none of that matters. You can set that up however you want. Then go ahead and click continue. Now for the pie chart right here, for the skill breakdown, you want to go down to the green and blue one that's a little bit more green than blue. So this one right here, you want to make sure you take this one that's leaning a little bit more towards green, and not this one that's perfectly balanced or that's leaning a little bit more towards blue. You want this one right here that's leaning a little bit more towards green of the green and blue one. Go ahead and confirm that. Now for the physicals profile for this build, you just want to take pure speed. This is the best for just about every single guard build in the game, and this build is no different. Pure speed is definitely the best pie chart to take for this build. So this is the one you're going to want to take right here. Top one, majority purple. Go ahead and take that one. Now for the attribute and badge distribution for this build, first off, starting off with finishing, this is going to be an offensive heavy build, like super offensive heavy. So first off for finishing, max out your close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, standing dunk, and post hook, just like that. And then you want to move your standing dunk to right here, and you still keep those 21 finishing badges. You don't want to move your post hook down, because if you move it down you lose that finishing badge, and you don't want that. So even though the post hook is a less important stat for this build, you want to move your standing dunk down, since you're not going to be doing a ton of standing dunks anyways with it this low. So move that down too, keep those 21 finishing badges. Then go down to the shooting right here. For shooting, you just want to max out mid-range, 3-point, free throw, and post fade. And then you can actually move your post fade down one as well without losing any shooting badges. So you want to do that, put that down to 92 right there, and keep your mid-range, 3-point, and free throw all at max. If you move this down any further, lose the shooting badge, don't want that. Then once you have that looking like that, you can go down to playmaking, max out pass accuracy, ball handle, post moves, and as you can see, this is a super offensive heavy build, just like I said. But again, with playmaking, you can move your post moves down again quite a bit to about a 53 right here, and still keep those 16 playmaking badges. So that's what you're going to want to do, since you don't need the post moves attribute. Then you have 56 attribute points left here for defense. You just want to max out perimeter and put the rest into lateral quickness, just like that. You only have one defense badge on this build, but again, offensive oriented build, and it does have the two most important defense stats upgraded. So really you should be able to defend with this build. You're not going to be an amazing lockdown defender. It'll definitely be easier to play threes with this build, or pro-am or rec, where you have more help on defense and there's less one-on-one or screen spamming, and you have the ability to switch, whereas on twos you don't really have that. So this might not be the best build for twos, but you know, you could probably still guard people on twos as long as you have a little bit of skill on defense, because your attributes definitely are not super good. But anyways, once you have all your attributes looking like this, you can go ahead and click continue. And actually, I should say really quickly, if you do want to make the center build where it has a few extra badges, this is basically the same way you do the attributes. You just max out all the offense and then put whatever's left into the defense right here. But then you can go ahead and click continue from this screen. Now for the body shape right here, it doesn't matter. You can take whatever you want. It just affects how the build looks. Doesn't affect how it plays at all. So it's really just personal preference how you want your build to look. I'll just take compact, but again, take whatever you want. Now onto the height right here. I think the height for this build is definitely 6'5". You can see your driving dunk goes up one, your standing dunk goes way up, so you should be able to do standing dunks with this build, but it's not like that really matters for this build anyways. Now your playmaking or your ball handle does go down a little bit here, but don't worry, you'll still be able to get pro dribble moves with this build, so you should be good. And a couple of your defense change as well, but don't worry about those too much. 6'5", in my opinion, is definitely the way to go for this build. You could also do it at 6'4" or 6'3" if you would prefer that, but I think 6'5" is definitely the way to go. Now for the weight right here, you want to slide this all the way down to minimum, and then you can actually move it up 3 pounds right here, and the only thing that changes with those 3 pounds is your strength. goes up 1, so 178 pounds is better than minimum weight, just slightly, just for that one strength attribute, but still better than nothing. I recommend putting out 178 pounds right here. Go ahead and click continue. Now for the wingspan right here, you have a lot of personal preference. I think putting it down a little bit right here to 77.9 is definitely the best spot in my opinion, but there are a lot of good spots. If you put it to 77.9, you get the ball handle up to 80, some of your shooting goes up, your finishing goes down a little bit, but you can still finish at the rim good with this build. But you could, if you want more finishing and defense, obviously you could put it up a bit at the expense of your shooting and your ball handle. It's really up to you where you like the wingspan, but I like it right here at 77.9, so that's where I'm going to confirm it. That's where I recommend for you guys to confirm it as well. But again, depending on your playstyle, you might want it leaned more towards finishing and defense, but for me the spot is right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and click confirm. Now for the takeover for this build, tons of personal preference, depends basically entirely on your playstyle and how you plan on using this build. Obviously if you're planning on shooting deep threes, a lot of catch and shoot threes, a lot of threes in general, then the spot up shooter is definitely the way to go for you. If you're planning on taking the Ticino type of playstyle where you're shooting a lot of fadeaways, spin jumpers, hop jumpers, all that, shot creator is probably the way for you. If you want to be slashing, trying to dunk on people, take contact at the rim and still finish, slasher takeover is the way for you. And if you want to be breaking ankles and dotting up your teammates, then the playmaker takeover is probably the way to go for you. And they're all really good. These are all really good takeovers, so you can really choose whichever one you want. I'm probably just going to take the playmaker right here, but you can take whatever one you want. Go ahead and confirm that. Now, as you can see right here, scoring machine, shades of D'Angelo Russell, Jamal Murray, and Stephon Marbury. Now, I will take a quick second and show you guys how to put on the badges right here for this build, as well as the final attributes. So these are the final attributes for the build. You can screenshot this if you want to, but I'm going to go right on to the badges right here. First, for the finishing badges, obviously you have a ton of finishing badges. So you want to get contact finisher on gold, giant slayer on gold, relentless on gold, slithery finisher on gold, fancy footwork on gold, consistent finisher on gold, and acrobat on gold, just like that. So many finishing badges for this build, 7 gold finishing badges, which is really good. Obviously, go ahead and confirm that. Now for shooting right here, again, you have a ton of shooting badges. I recommend getting catch and shoot on gold, corner specialist on gold, deadeye on gold, hot zone hunter on Hall of Fame, range extender on Hall of Fame, flexible release on Hall of Fame, tireless shooter on gold, and volume shooter on gold, just like that. I think this is the best way to set up the shooting badges for this build. I don't think green machine or difficult shots is necessary. If you did take the shot creator takeover, then you might want to invest into difficult shots, but otherwise I don't think it's necessary. And then you can go ahead and confirm it just like that. Now for the playmaking badges right here, I recommend getting dimer on gold, handles for days on gold, floor general, quick first step, unpluckable just on bronze. That's really all you should need it on right there. And then with these last 3 playmaking badges, you can get some ISO badges here just on bronze, so you get all the animations, get tight handles, ankle breaker, and space creator, just like that, all on bronze. That's all you're going to need them on. Go ahead and confirm that. And now for your defense badge, obviously, you know, you could put this wherever you want, but I think just getting bronze clamps is worth it. I mean, it's really personal preference what you want to put this on, depending on your playstyle, depending on the situations you're going to be playing in, what game modes you're going to be playing in. But bronze clamps is always a safe bet, so that's what I'm going to do right here. And there you guys go. That is how you build the most badged out build in NBA 2K21. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel if you're new. I upload daily NBA 2K21 content, build guides, jump shots, tips and tricks, all that. And I also stream on Twitch, so make sure you go follow me over there. Link will be in the description. But anyways, that's gonna be it. All right, peace.